Shelly Callahan is the head over at the Mohawk Valley Refugee Center. And Shelly, thanks so much for coming on. Good morning.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
So, interesting story in the OD. We had the Zecca Trump crew in, maybe it was a week and a half ago. The target was the school district, saying that the refugees are hurting the school district. We're not able to take care of our students. It got even a little uglier, where people were talking about other issues. And then the OD recently doing the story about, are we really a city that welcomes refugees? Hey, you're right there in the forefront. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are absolutely yes. What I see here is far more community support than not.
Yeah.
I think that the refugee center certainly feels supported, as do most of the folks that we work with. But that doesn't mean things are perfect.
Right, and with it comes complications. We talked about this with the school district, and really this is an issue about funding, and this I guess could be an unfunded mandate, but so is education. It seems to be that way in all of New York State. You can't really cut the funds on these school districts and expect them to perform, especially with the English second language as high as it is at Proctor.
Right, and I think that I do think that the funding mechanisms are not working, and I am no expert on education funding.
Yeah.
But I think tying the performance of students to funding, which is what I understand they have done. So if schools fail in some way, or if graduation rates dip,
right,
or test scores go down, schools have funding taken away, which seems to me to be the opposite
right,
of what
right.
should happen.
Yeah.
So it seems like the system is just set up to fail and set up to punish districts that might have more low-income or English
right.
as second language students who are going to need a little bit more extra help.
Yeah. And I find, too, with a lot of these students that are coming from other countries through refugee situations, or even maybe their parents came in the 70s or 80s or 90s on one of these swings of refugees coming into our area, they really seem to put a strong emphasis on education.
They're highly motivated, and many of them, it's one of the first or second questions they ask us when they get here is, one is, where can I go to work, help me find a job, and two is about the schools, and, I want my kids to get an education. It's very important, and they're very motivated.
So one of the questions that was asked, do you try to settle people just in Utica or in other areas, or is it better in Utica because there's better public transportation, et cetera, et cetera? What's the game plan? What is your mission over there?
Yeah, currently we just resettle folks into the city of Utica, and there's a couple reasons for that. One is there's affordable housing here. Another is that these communities like to be together. They often pool their resources, and they want to live in neighborhoods that are reflective of, who they are, especially when they first get here, so that there might be neighbors that speak their native language and things like that. There are now markets in this city, Asian markets and things that sell goods that they're familiar with and want. So it's that there's safe, affordable housing here, and that there's the services and the communities that our clients are looking for.
For the city of this size, it's pretty amazing, the diversity of food that we can get. I hate to bring everything back to food, but I'm always hungry.
No, me too.
And that, for instance, the Hispanic restaurant that's down there on the corner of Mohawk and Bleecker Street. Wow, that restaurant's been there for a long time. And incredible. I mean, you don't just see Hispanics in there; everybody's in there, and it's just awesome to be able to get that food outside of places like New York City.
Exactly,
yeah.
And we're going to see more of that. More, I think, culinary diversity as folks have been here for a while, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs in the refugee community, and so I think we'll see lots more of that.
Listen, I think we have I'm almost out of time. I think we have an executive order that's going to be coming next week or sometime. I'd love to get you back on and get your opinion on what the president ends up doing here when it comes to this immigration executive order. So
I would love to be back on.
Shelly, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.